Nation's high-speed gamble. Canada is embarking on a transformative gamble. Its first ever high-speed rail line, an electrified corridor spanning over 1,000 kilometers from Toronto to Quebec City. Unveiled in early 2025 by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, this project, codenamed Alto, promises to slash travel times in half, cut carbon emissions, and supercharge regional development. For a country long lagging behind its peers on fast trains, the stakes are immense. Can a nation known for vast distances and slow via rail trains finally deliver high-speed rail success? Or will this $100 billion dream derail before leaving the station? Despite its size and dense urban corridors, Canada has never had true high-speed rail, a glaring omission among developed nations. While Japan's Shinkansen and France's TGV have sped along at 250-plus kilometers per hour for decades, Canadian intercity trains still plod along shared freight tracks at barely half that speed. Routes like Toronto-Montreal average under 130 kilometers per hour and suffer frequent delays. The resulting bottleneck in the populous Quebec-Windsor corridor, home to half of Canada's population and GDP, has strained highways, clogged airports, and underscored the need for a modern alternative. With Canada's 2050 net zero climate goals looming, electrified high-speed rail has emerged as a crucial solution. In 2022, the government created a Crown Corporation to plan high-frequency rail, but in February 2025, this vision was dramatically expanded into high-speed rail, the Alto project. Project Alto, Canada's bullet train. Branded Alto, meaning high in Latin and Italian, the plan aims to set a new national standard for mobility. The name Alto reflects the project's goal to elevate how Canadians travel, connect, and coexist in a more sustainable and integrated future. Key features include route and speed, around 1,000 kilometers of dedicated passenger-only tracks from Toronto to Quebec City, via Ottawa, Montreal, etc., designed for top speeds of 300 kilometers per hour. This promises travel times of just around 3 hours Toronto-Montreal, a trip that currently takes around 5 hours by train. Ottawa to Montreal could be under 1 hour. Such speeds would bring Canadian intercity travel into the 21st century, rivaling European and Asian systems. 7 new or upgraded stations: Toronto, Peterborough, Ottawa, Montreal, Laval, Trois-Rivières, Quebec City, with multimodal links for last-mile connectivity. The line will be fully grade-separated, no level crossings, to ensure safety at high speeds. Power will come from high-voltage overhead electric wires, leveraging Canada's clean energy for zero-emission transport. The project will require significant tunneling, bridging, and earthworks due to the mixed urban and rural terrain in southern Ontario and Quebec's river valleys. Technology. Modern high-speed train sets capable of sustaining 300 kilometers per hour will likely be similar to SNCF's TGV systems or other global equivalents, adapted to Canadian climatic and regulatory conditions. Features will include regenerative braking and advanced signaling. The project is structured as a public-private partnership led by the Cadence Consortium, which includes France's SNCF and Air Canada, aiming to tap international expertise in bullet trains. Success here could pave the way for new global standards in winterized rail design and electrified infrastructure. Alto is Canada's largest infrastructure project ever, with a total cost estimated between $59 to $89 billion, with $74 billion widely used as the working figure. The federal government committed $2.9 billion over 6 years to kickstart design, with an initial commitment to cover planning, route selection, land acquisition, environmental reviews, and early-stage engineering. Full construction will roll out in phases through the 2030s, aiming for completion by the early 2040s. The design phase, 4 to 5 years, is underway, with route alignments and environmental assessments in progress. Notably, the project will be 100% electric and expected to be fully operational by the early 2040s, a multi-decade undertaking requiring sustained political will. Such an ambitious megaproject faces significant challenges. Foremost is the astronomical cost, around $100 billion, which many critics deem excessive for a corridor already served by highways and flights. Detractors draw parallels to California's troubled high-speed rail, plagued by delays and cost overruns, as a cautionary tale. Keeping Alto on budget and schedule will require extraordinary project management over 15+ years. There are also concerns about ridership projections and fares. If tickets are too expensive, adoption could lag. Advocates stress that high-speed rail must remain affordable for it to fulfill its promise of accessible mobility. Further criticism points to potential strains on revenue and competition from emerging electric aviation technologies. Additionally, Indigenous rights and consultations are crucial. The proposed route crosses multiple First Nations traditional lands, so earning Indigenous consent is both an ethical and legal imperative. Environmentally, while the trains will be green in operation, construction will disrupt ecosystems along the corridor, which demands careful mitigation measures. Finally, the project spans multiple election cycles. Maintaining consistent political support through changing governments will be a delicate task. Despite the challenges, the benefits of Alto could be game-changing. As a fully electric, high-capacity network, it is expected to divert millions of trips from planes and cars to trains, significantly cutting greenhouse emissions and highway congestion. By providing fast, reliable travel, e.g. Toronto, Montreal in 3 hours, it can boost productivity and make same-day business or leisure trips far more feasible. During construction, the project will create an estimated 50,000+ jobs, injecting tens of billions into the economy. New stations in mid-sized cities like Peterborough and Trois-Rivières could become catalysts for local development, attracting investment and population growth beyond the traditional big hubs. In the long run, high-speed rail would knit Canada's urban regions closer together, enhancing national cohesion by literally bridging distances. The convenience of quick city-to-city hops may spur tourism and cultural exchange between provinces. Moreover, Alto positions Canada to be a leader in winterized high-speed rail technology. Success here could pave the way for future lines, and even potential cross-border links to US networks. Conclusion: will Alto deliver? Canada's $100 billion high-speed rail bet is a bold leap into modern mobility, one that promises to reshape the nation's economic and environmental future if executed well. It represents a defining chapter in Canadian infrastructure, moving from an era of slow trains to one where cities are connected by 300 km/h electric arteries. Yet, with a 20-year timeline, enormous cost, and myriad risks, Alto's success is far from guaranteed. If it stays on track, Canada may finally catch up to the high-speed club and set a new global benchmark for sustainable transport in cold climates. If it falters, it could become a $100 billion cautionary tale. Is this grand vision the start of a new era in Canadian transit, or a costly dream that could be left at the station? Only time will tell, as Canadians watch this high-speed saga unfold.